Hello and welcome to Cloud Monday. The game we're going to stream from PlayStation Plus Premium Cloud Service today is West of Dead, one of the newer additions to the service. Let's start. Top right, already a bad sign. That means the connection isn't very stable. Ooh, nice. Has a tutorial to start with. Game options, system options separate. Let's have a look at game options. Controls and difficulty. Why you say gunslinger if it doesn't tell us any information about it? I'll save the controls for the tutorial. System. Audio. Nothing helpful there. Yes, I saw the breakup as well. Make it a little brighter. Ah, you have to... Let's do that. Make it easier for everyone to see because it's very black. You can see we've got a resolution drop there. Safe to say, even before starting this game, PlayStation Plus Cloud Service hasn't been exactly brilliant. It's been a little difficult to get into a game today.
Either Death was getting lazy, or he had other plans for me.
Now, I chose this game because the blacks and the bright bold colours, it'll be interesting to see how they hold up being streamed. We got some instances of macro blocking already. It says take cover, but what button does it? Oh, I think it does it automatically. Okay. Ooh. That shot had power. Now, because of the resolution drop, I can't read what that is, but because of the shape, I know that has to be the L2 and R2 buttons. So, yes, gonna cut out extra volt. I can't even read what button that says. And that's it. I can tell you now, there is nothing else uploading or downloading. It's just me. So, let's try this again. Some days it's like this, some days it goes really easy. And that is the problem with PlayStation Plus cloud streaming on PS4. It's not reliable. In that you can't say for sure what your experience is going to be day to day. So it could take you an hour maybe to get into a game, and well, I don't know what that's doing. Well, it's like it's going to try again. Yeah, look at these colours. One of the reasons why I wanted to try it. I wanted to see how the service holds up. How, like, stream tearing is basically when you get grey across the screen. I wanted to see if it would really stand out, if it would be an issue. And macro blocking is when, instead of fine detail, you get squares of colour. And if so much of the background is black or red like this, it would be interesting to see how that plays out. I can see stripes across the screen, so I know it's not great already. So this was really a puzzle to see if this would be a good game to stream or not. And we saw when the resolution dropped, the text on screen was illegible. It's already small. So let's see if we can make it through the tutorial at least. Like, bottom right, what is that long number?
Either death was getting lazy,
No
or
idea.
he had other plans for me.
So, game ducks for you. Wants me to find a weapon. So again, that's small, not particularly clear, but because of the shape, I know what that means. Melee can destroy, but also give you space to shoot. But for as an isometric looking game, it's rather quite nice. That's square. I couldn't read that last time properly. I just pressed all the buttons and it did it. Hold. I'm guessing that's L2. Yeah, you got the screen is so big. Why are you making the text so small? Okay, weapons do it automatically. Cover doesn't last forever. Okay. Whoa. Okay, it wasn't L2, it was R2. Which would make sense, but again, it was difficult to make sense of. It was just a little bit too small. I don't sit right in front of the TV either. So there is a good bit of distance between me and the TV in playing this. Well, I'm gonna learn a little something there. Let's try again. If you've seen the last few videos, I haven't had a game this bad ever since Humanity. And that was the second part, the second video of the Humanity series. First one was rough, but the second one kicked me off the service. This has done it twice now. It's frustrating. This whole video might be 20 minutes of me just failing. And then we get this error. Try again. What I'm going to do one day is show you a recording of the screen, show a camera of the TV screen, and just record the 30, 40, 45 minutes it takes sometimes just to get this to load. Because some days, like I said, it's really, really bad. Some days it's not. Some games I can play, some games I can't. Like on the service, there's a Dragon Ball Kakarot game. And I wanted to try it because it's meant to be a slow paced game. So I wanted to see if that would work well as a streaming game. Let me show you. I wanted to see if this would work. But every time I try to play it, it just refuses. And it's not just this game. What was it? Lego Pirates of the Caribbean? Even when the service was PlayStation Now, I could never get to load. I think Lego Indiana Jones as well also just doesn't work. Jones 1 or Jones 2? I can't remember. One of those Indiana Jones games from the Lego don't work. I tried doing play all the Lego games on the service. I did just a couple of the Star Wars ones, and then I got to the others. Pirates wouldn't work. Indiana wouldn't work. So I went and did Harry Potter instead. But of course that game is rough. That first PS3 Lego Harry Potter game was very rough, so I haven't gone back to do that. As soon as the Pirates and the Indiana wouldn't load, I kind of lost the enthusiasm for doing it. You see this? Sometimes it will tell me that it's not going to load. It says there's a connection to the service. It's taking too long. Sometimes I get to here. And sometimes this doesn't do anything. And then sometimes it throws up a warning that the connection doesn't work. I should talk to Microsoft to see if their service is any better, if they want to partner up with me on this. Because, as the saying goes, warts and all. There you go. My PS4 is LAN connected, and it is shocking that this PS Plus service doesn't know that. It's shocking the PS4 itself doesn't know that it's connected by a LAN cable. So some of you may be thinking, your internet connection's bad. Well, if you go to settings, go to network, you can test the internet connection. So let's do that. Not the best I've had. Admittedly, I've had both of those need twice as fast. I've had them less than that as well. So, connection status, you can see. I'm going to blur some of that out because I think some of that is useful, but it knows there's a LAN cable. So let's try West of Dead again. And yes, I spent the 20 minutes to restore my licenses. Unlike nearly half the times where it fails, it actually did all the licenses. That's why the Kakarot game, Dragon Ball Kakarot game, didn't have a lock on it. I restored the licenses, it unlocked it. I have restarted the PS4 a couple of times now. Maybe even 3 times. Will this even load? Wait. Okay. Still don't believe it until... So recently added. I wanted to test West of Dead or Cloudpunk. I'll do West of Dead one more time. This gets an email for your PC. Last time I checked this, it was a PlayStation Now email. And it basically gave you a link to download PlayStation Now, not PlayStation Plus. So it kind of perhaps shows how much attention the PS4 is getting, PlayStation Plus. Yeah? And of course, to get this far, you have to have updated the PS4. And you may think that this is bad, that this is not going great, but actually this is going pretty good. Because half the time, I'm exaggerating, but sometimes nothing loads. You go to the PlayStation Plus app, you press the button, and then nothing loads. It just hangs. Or you get to the game page, the background will change to the video. You can go up, look at the screenshots, go down to the game recommendations. But in the middle bit, there's nothing. No download, no stream, no buy options. So let's try a different game. Like I said, Dragon Ball is one I know doesn't work, but I try because one day it might. West of Dead starts and fails. Let's try Cloudpunk. Another game I actually was probably going to play. Kind of like The Ascent, that whole neon look. Oh no. The neon look, I wanted to see how that would be affected by streaming. if the macro blocking would make it not pleasant to look at, or if the controls got a little bit iffy. That's kind of why I'm doing this, just to see if, as a game, is it a good streaming game. If you missed the Scarlet Nexus video, the conclusion was it's a bad game to stream, whereas Curse to Golf was not bad. Yeah, this one doesn't work. Huh, this is going to be part 1 of me not playing anything. Was there anything else I was thinking of? Odin Sphere, sure. I actually had this on PS2, and I don't know if I still do. So I sold stuff to get, if you can believe this, the Wii U. So it's possible I sold this one. But it's also possible I knew as a kid that this was a rare game, the original Odin Sphere. So I just don't remember. It's been over a decade since I last looked at my PS2 stuff. And the PS2 stuff is in England and I'm not, I'm in Japan, and there we go. All these cloud videos I've done have been from my same apartment. Different days, different times, sure, but it's always been from here. That variable hasn't changed. Yes, I could download it, but that's not the point of this series. The point of this series is, what is it like as a streaming experience? Is the game built for streaming? Is it playable when the stream service isn't good or not? Like Assassin's Creed, not Revelations, the one in Egypt, Odyssey? Origins? One of those two. Definitely a bad experience. Hey, starting, stream tearing, warning. That's a great start. Yeah, that Assassin's Creed game looked bad. Never played well on either day, really. But it hung in there. It never kicked me off the service. But it looked rough nearly all the time. Okay, let's try and do the tutorial, because I still need to work out what buttons do what. But again, is this game a good game for streaming? Not if the text is going to continue to be as small as it is. That's the point. When the resolution drops, because the service will try to keep you playing for as long as it can. But when the resolution drops and things become unlegible, you know, what's the point? Sometimes in some games the enemies are so unique, when the resolution drops, you still know what's the enemy and what's not. And I'm really trying to remember what game. There was one that was really good for that. Oh, I don't remember. Actually, Scarlet Nexus wasn't bad for that in that respect. The enemies are very, very distinct. But the problem that game has, that saving can only be done in certain points on the map. There is no manual save, essentially. So, as you've seen, if you get a 20-second warning, you've got to be 20 seconds to a save point. But no, you need more than 20 seconds, because you've got to get there, go through all the menus, then save, and hope it's saved. One of the best games for streaming, if you're interested, is Disgaea D3 on PS3, because you can essentially save anywhere, and it's quick. The graphics look really good. Kind of like PS2 HD style, but definitely I was impressed how good the graphics were. And there were no problems, it just played. There was never any hiccups, any There might have been like a couple of things here and there, but nothing happened. And yes, I know this game is stuck. The game itself has crashed. So how was that a good streaming experience if this itself isn't working? Ah, this is hilarious. It's tempting to do another restart, but I don't really want to set up a camera so you guys can see it actually happening, because you always get someone in the comments who will query whether or not I actually did restart it, and if I'm going to do that, I'll do it right from the beginning. Like, set up a camera, recording it, recording audio, recording everything, and together we can just spend 30-40 minutes watching me restart again and again and again. What do I do now? Because if I press the PS button, it takes me to not the games screen, but it takes me to this screen, which is on the PS Plus service. It's on the PS4 essentially. It's not the games, it's the PS4 screen. When you do, there you go. It's going to kick me off anyway. We didn't do anything this time. Technically, we had the most time for the tutorial and did the least. It's bananas. Internet connection quality is not sufficient. No, the game crashed. The game itself did not play. It wasn't my fault. I'll try a couple more minutes, see what happens. But this service needs to get smarter. On PS4, it kind of feels dumb. It didn't know I was on a LAN cable, but the console in the settings did know. It doesn't know if it knows that I'm connected but the bandwidth isn't high enough. Why is it getting me to the game pages? Why is the stream button highlighted or available? If it knows, if it's saying that my bandwidth isn't good enough, don't let me stream. Only make download an option. So in terms of a service, sometimes PlayStation Plus Premium is bad. It's not accessible, it's not intuitive. It just lets you fail. It doesn't stop you, it doesn't do anything to stop you failing. It just says, hey, I'm going to sit back and watch you fail and tell you failed and let you do it again. And this is annoying. This happens quite frequently. Not just PS Plus, on PS4, nearly anything that uses the internet has this problem. If you're doing trophies, I've had this. On the game page, if you press down to get all the information, I've had a screen similar to this, where you may get the background and boxes trying to load, and nothing loads. Even the friend activity thing on the left side does something like this, where it just loads. No new information, sometimes no information's on the screen, just like the outline of a box where information should be. And here, no information, nothing telling me press this to back out. If loading takes too long, press PS button. Again, it's not smart enough, it's too dumb. And yes, I myself could do something, and then here we go. Now it's doing this. There's that famous Eurogamer video, or Digital Foundry, where in the loading screen of a game they started playing Sonic. In the time it takes to get this game going and to finish the tutorial, you could probably have finished Sonic the Hedgehog 1 by now. Technically, you could probably have finished Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as well, because there was the other 30, 40, 50 minutes of trying to get the service to work earlier. I mean, look how cool that logo is. The aesthetic is amazing. The isometric style. Oh, it's brilliant. I want to play this game. And of course, there's no way to get your money back for it, really. Because Sony would just say it's your fault. Your connection's bad. Do not power off. Sure. Look at that style. Looks amazing. Alright. Well, we know what the start of this thing looks like, so we can raise the head a little bit.
Here I was again. Either Death was getting lazy, or he had other plans.
1, 2, and go, 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 go. Kick it down. Vault. Grab the gun. See, it's weird because that looks like it's bending in from the left, but it says R2. That's why I initially thought that was L2, because it's bending from the left. But yeah, when you think about it, the R2 button does bend from the right, but when you hold it in your hands, it feels like it's bending to the middle. Ah. I don't see why they needed to do the button like that. They could have just already done all this. They could have just had bigger text. How do we aim? Ah, right stick, okay. Maybe. Okay, I got someone. Now this is new. Ah, just not getting up. Oh, health. Dodge, vault, and slide by pressing X. No, I was trying to kick that guy. Okay, no. I kind of want to press X to get into cover. That's not what you need to do. Well, that did it, but I need health. Let's go back. Look at that. Bright, bold, it's a really cool effect. Yeah, I think that was meant to happen. One way to end the tutorial, get you to start the game.
At first, there is a darkness. Then, a heartbeat. Weak. Sickly. Reality coils and unfurls in time with a stumbling rhythm. Corridors, doorways, and dust are shattered.
So I don't actually need to press circle, even though it's on the screen.
Somehow
It's
I know
going through this automatically.
terribly wrong. This is not how death is supposed to be. And I wake.
Looks cool, doesn't it? So the levels move about. Was it Dark Cells that's like that?
See when they die.
The one with your head's aflame and you're in a castle.
The last thing I expected to see was a rundown saloon. I guess there's always folks looking for a way to ease their path to hell.
Well, I guess that's hinting as to what we're going to be doing and why we're going to be doing it. It's not too bad. Well, let me play then. Also, that thing about cards, if there's nothing for me to play with. You can see now that it's kind of stable. It's looking alright. I can't get across there. Can I have both? Yeah, I can. Big guns L2, small guns R2. So we've bomb right, you see that we're saving. We can't move the camera. That's not so much a bad thing. We need some light on it. I'm guessing the idea of the blackness is a gameplay mechanic. Things will hide, things will appear. Maybe even shortcuts. I need something. What do you think I need? Is it an ability? A power? Oh, there we go. Shrine upgrades are lost when you die. So this is a roguelike, okay. What should we pick? Firearm damage, sure. So we're saving. Hopefully no one respawns. Nope. And thankfully no one did. Great. It'll be so frustrating to have to just keep on clearing out. Like, it doesn't save automatically. It took a second for the save icon to come back up. Oh, missed. Ah. One. Anyone else? Mostly controls well, but going to give cover. Most games where they have automatic cover have the same issue. So I'm kind of experienced coming from the PS3, Xbox 360 era. I'm kind of experienced with games that are just not great with cover. Whoa, there's one right there. Yeah, I thought it might be a bit much to ask if the game would reload one gun while I'm using another, but yeah, big guns for distance, small guns for up close. Not really seen any health regen along the way yet. Guarantees a critical hit. Replace the little one. What's the difference between replace and swap then? What is the difference? I guess X, because it says replace at the top, I gotta hit replace. Yeah, the bottom left, still got the big gun, still got the small gun. That could have been a little bit. What's swap do? What's the point in telling me what swap is? Alright, let's carry. Oh, wrong side. Guessing we're too far away to get a lock on. There we go. Not great. In the tutorial, it would have been nice if it had said something like distance and power and accuracy, because it felt like then, even though I was trying to use the long gun, it wasn't going to work. It just wouldn't lock onto him. I was trying to move the gun ever so slightly and it seemed to be giving way big changes in direction, much bigger than I was trying to do. Let's do toughness. That's a big gun. Bleed. Let's see, replace that one. Yeah, a little bit of a hiccup there. We're doing alright so far. It's nice to actually just play a little bit. Someone's there. It's a shame I can't hit the light. I have to get close. It's like, if I'm shooting, can't I hit the light and get a little bit of brightness? Let's go north. Hooray, finally some healing. Obviously this is going to be randomized somewhat. Whoa. Yeah, I would like a bit more of a lock on, especially if the dazed is an effect. There's a shotgun. Cancel. Save. It's nice that there are a number of save points. Oh, a travel one. I need something to use that. Great. This level better have the answers to the transport and open, because it's a waste of time if it doesn't. Ah, we're stuck against the wall there. least movement isn't that bad. The enemies do feel a little bit faster than me. It does feel like I am meant to go in the darkness, face whatever it is in there. But you think for a guy with a, well, whose head's on fire, you'd have a bit more of a arc of light.
There it was. A way out of this place.
So basically we're going forward without no real answer. Okay.
I could feel the witch long before I saw her. The way you could feel a storm coming from a long ways off.
Purge. What does that do? Spend sin to permanently unlock. So we can spend 1 sin? Ooh. Is it 10 sin or 1 sin? I guess we're spending to see what happens. So it's 1. Do we now have 2 of them? Or we got 8 to go? Okay, so we're going to start the game with a flask. Okay, it wasn't particularly clear until just now, which means, you know, they could have made their initial text clearer. Why make it? What's the point of making it this much longer than it needs to be? So it's not 10 as in points or 10 level or 10 power or whatever. It needs 10 sin, which seems like a bit of a ridiculous naming convention, but oh well, it's up to them if they want to. How do I do that then? How do I get out? They mean I've got to spend it here? That seems a bit, because it doesn't sound like, or it hasn't been made totally clear, that the sin we spent will be carried over. So if we start paying for something now, then it will be there when we come back next time, if you know what I'm saying. And I feel this game needlessly complicated and needlessly being not great with the information.
Like knives. It brought the scent of copper, the smell of the hunt, blood, torn flesh and bones sucked hollow.
It was a bit more bleaker, this one, that's for sure. I do like that effect. Looks cool. This game looks pretty. If this really must look amazing on PS5. like 4K. If they could do HDR, like HDR on a OLED screen with this blacks and colours, it must look phenomenal. This is a little bit more difficult than, say, a Rogue Legacy. It's another game where you keep the upgrades from each level. Okay, it's not going to do that. It feels like he wasn't dazzled as long as I needed him to be. And of course, the game's controlling the camera, so you just gotta hope that it's going to treat you right.
A traitor. Even out here, someone was looking to save you the troubles of a heavy purse.
I don't have enough iron. Bottom right. Can I shoot him? No. I'm guessing this is the wrong way then. I hit. There we go. Thankfully, the bottom right, we do have a map, but it's tiny. Can we press the... Ah, the touchpad isn't a map button. How frustrating is that? What a waste of opportunity. So instead I've got to look down there, have I? What's start do? There it is. But look how zoomed out I am. How do I zoom in? There's no zoom in button. Oh, no idea why that can't just be on the touchpad. I thought I got that guy. So here on screen there's a big thud, a big sense of being hit, but there's no vibrations whatsoever. Feels like a wasted opportunity. I need someone else to use it. If these maps are randomly generated and I'm not coming back, then why have it there if I can't use it? Feels like a bit of a dumb level creator when it doesn't know what I can or cannot do. It's just going to make a generic map that anyone can do, where in reality I can't do it. See how quick these things move? It's like lock-on's terrible. I'm hitting square, why isn't I gotta hold it? Oh man, dead already. But again, that's also the point of these roguelikes. You die, well, you play, get experience, buy stuff, die, continue with some stuff, get more stuff, get more experience, more money, die, keep more, yeah.
I always expected resurrection to be holy, pure, divine. Waking up on the floor of a bar was a long ways from that promise.
Oh, you can see that right, we still have the health potion. I like that, okay, saying you play how you want to play. Right. So let's have a look at these control sends then. Aim assist. Well, that's not the most intuitive screen, is it? Because it doesn't say there's no left or right arrow. So how are you meant to know that there are other options? Because up and down doesn't work other than apply. Sure, I'm going to hit apply. Let's get some better aim assist. There we go. Actually, I think I'll do for today. I know playing the game was short, but the point of these videos is to talk about the whole experience. And is this game suitable? When the resolution is high and it's crisp like this, then it's not bad. And there were so many saves along the way. Yeah, actually it's pretty good. And even if you lose a run, you haven't lost everything. Because you're meant to lose runs, you're meant to die, you're meant to try again. So in that respect, it's not that bad an idea, not that bad a game for cloud streaming. If the cloud streaming works, and obviously not that well. So yeah, but that's also why we do two videos. First video and the second video, they could be completely different in terms of how well or bad they are. So over 2 videos we get a bit more of an average. So that's what we're going to do. Next week will be part 2 of playing this. Hopefully just playing this and not all the hassle around trying to get this to work. Of course, in the comments, it'll be very interesting to know if it's better on PS5, if you have the same issues on PS4. It'll be nice to see what the situation is, because when it comes to cloud gaming, a lot of the conversation is it's just not good. No specifics, no, like, everyone says the controls are bad. Not really. They say the graphics are bad. Not all the time. You know, it's a lot of it's their preconceptions about it, rather than actually sitting down and trying all these various titles at various times of days, seeing what works and what doesn't work. So in the comments, please let us know what's happening for you. But for me, well, that's it. So until next week's video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists, YouTube shorts, or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi, because as a small YouTube channel, we get no money from YouTube, but with Ko-fi, we can get PayPal donations, and we've got a couple of subscription tiers as well. But whenever I see you again, please take care.